To alert people of a cable on the ground and provide a small amount of cable protection, consider using a UV and outdoor rated split corrugated looms or split braids in a high visibility color such as yellow or orange. These solutions are designed for post-installation application and accommodate cable outer diameters of 1 inch to 1.3 inches. Several manufacturers offer suitable product. Firstly, regarding UV outdoor rated corrugated looms, Panduit offers the PLH4LB, which is a 4-foot long, 1.25-inch diameter, orange corrugated loom with UV stabilizers. Electroduct provides the ELH Cone 100 or a 10-foot long, 1-inch diameter, orange corrugated loom with UV resistance. Alpha Wire manufactures the Seacon 100-125 or a 125-foot long, 1-inch diameter, orange corrugated loom with UV and chemical resistance. Secondly, focusing on UV outdoor rated split braids, Flexa Wire produces the FB Zone 100 or a 100-foot long, 1-inch diameter, orange split braid with UV protection. Selfwire offers the 86,691,204, which is a 100-foot long, 1.25-inch diameter, orange split braid with UV resistance. Anaconda Wire and Cable manufactures the S-Cone 125 or a 125-foot long, 1.25-inch diameter, orange split braid with UV inhibitors. For installation, once the cable is in place, use a cable cutter to trim the split loom or braid to the needed length. Open the loom or braid and carefully slide it over the cable. Securely close the loom or braid to protect the cable from damage. Several other considerations apply to achieve the most effective protection and visibility. For larger cable diameters, you might want to use multiple split looms or braids to ensure adequate coverage. To further enhance visibility, add brightly colored electrical tape or cable markers. For added security, use cable ties or zip ties to hold the loom or braid in place. Selecting the most appropriate option depends on the specific requirements of the installation, including the cable diameter, the environmental conditions, and the desired level of protection. Corrugated looms offer robust protection against physical damage and abrasion, while split braids provide flexibility and ease of installation. The UV resistance of these materials ensures they will withstand prolonged exposure to sunlight without degrading. When selecting a product, verify that it meets relevant safety standards and codes. It is also crucial to choose a color that provides high visibility in the intended environment. Orange and yellow are typically used because they contrast well with most backgrounds. Remember to inspect the cable protection regularly for signs of wear and tear. Replace any damaged sections promptly to maintain the integrity of the protection system. By implementing these measures, you can effectively alert people to the presence of cables on the ground and safeguard the cables from environmental factors and physical harm. Consider the environmental factors when selecting cable protection. For example, if the cable is located in an area with frequent exposure to chemicals, then a chemically resistant option is preferable. Also, consider the temperature range that the cable will be exposed to. Some materials may become brittle or melt at extreme temperatures. The installation method can also influence your choice. Split looms and braids are relatively easy to install, but they may not provide as much protection as a solid conduit. Think about the potential hazards in the area where the cable is located. If there is a risk of heavy objects falling on the cable, then a more robust protection method may be needed. Cost is another important consideration. Split looms and braids are typically less expensive than solid conduits, but they may not last as long. Weigh the costs and benefits of each option before making a decision. In addition to the products already mentioned, several other manufacturers offer high visibility cable protection solutions. For example, Thomas & Betts offers a range of cable management products, including split looms and braids in various colors and sizes. Helaman Titan also provides a variety of cable protection solutions, including UV-resistant and chemical-resistant options. When choosing a cable protection product, make sure that it is compatible with the cable that you are using. The product should be able to accommodate the cable's diameter and bend radius. It should also be made of a material that will not damage the cable's insulation. Proper installation is essential for ensuring that the cable protection product provides adequate protection. Follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully when installing the product. Make sure that the product is securely fastened to the cable and that there are no gaps or openings that could allow debris to enter. Regular maintenance is also important for ensuring that the cable protection product continues to provide adequate protection. Inspect the product regularly for signs of wear and tear. Replace any damaged or worn parts promptly. By taking these steps, you can ensure that your cables are properly protected and that people are alerted to their presence. High visibility cable protection is an important safety measure that can help to prevent accidents and injuries. By using the right products and following proper installation and maintenance procedures, you can create a safer environment for everyone. Furthermore, it is important to consider the specific application when selecting cable protection. For example, if the cable is being used in a temporary application, such as a construction site, then a less expensive and more easily installed option may be appropriate. However, if the cable is being used in a permanent application, such as an underground installation, then a more robust and durable option is necessary. In addition to split looms and braids, there are other types of cable protection available. These include cable trays, cable ladders, and conduits. Cable trays and cable ladders are typically used for supporting and routing cables in industrial and commercial settings. Conduits are typically used for protecting cables from physical damage and environmental factors. The choice of cable protection will depend on the specific application and the level of protection required. It is also important to consider the aesthetic appearance of the cable protection. In some applications, such as in residential settings, it may be important to choose a cable protection product that is visually appealing. There are a variety of cable protection products available in different colors and styles. Consider the long-term cost associated with cable protection. While some options may be less expensive upfront, they may require more maintenance or have a shorter lifespan. It is important to choose a cable protection product that is durable and will provide adequate protection for the long term. Also consider the environmental impact of the cable protection product. Some materials are more environmentally friendly than others. If sustainability is a concern, then choose a cable protection product that is made from recycled materials or that is recyclable. It is always a good idea to consult with a qualified electrician or cable management specialist before selecting and installing cable protection. They can help you to choose the right products for your specific application and ensure that they are installed correctly. Remember to check local codes and regulations regarding cable protection. There may be specific requirements for certain applications or in certain areas. Adhering to these regulations is essential for ensuring safety and compliance. By carefully considering all of these factors, you can choose the right cable protection solution for your needs and ensure that your cables are properly protected and visible. High visibility cable protection is a crucial element of safety in various settings ranging from construction sites to outdoor events. Properly implemented cable protection not only safeguards the cables themselves but also significantly reduces the risk of tripping hazards and other accidents. When selecting cable protection, prioritize materials that are both durable and weather resistant, especially for outdoor applications. UV resistance is particularly important to prevent degradation from sunlight exposure, which can compromise the integrity of the protective covering over time. In addition to physical protection, consider the visual aspect of cable protection. High visibility colors, such as bright orange or yellow, are ideal for drawing attention to cables, especially in areas with pedestrian traffic or low lighting conditions. Reflective strips can further enhance visibility, particularly at night or in dimly lit environments. Installation is a key factor in the effectiveness of cable protection. Ensure that the chosen protection method is securely fastened to the cable and that there are no gaps or loose ends that could pose a tripping hazard. For split looms and braids, make sure the opening is properly sealed to prevent debris from entering and damaging the cable. Regularly inspect the cable protection for signs of wear and tear, such as cracks, breaks, or fading colors. Promptly replace any damaged sections to maintain the level of protection and visibility. When using cable ties or zip ties to secure cable protection, avoid over-tightening them, as this can damage the cable insulation. Use appropriately sized ties and ensure they are made of durable materials that can withstand outdoor conditions. Consider the specific environment in which the cable protection will be used. In areas with heavy foot traffic or vehicular traffic, more robust protection methods may be necessary, such as cable ramps or heavy-duty conduits. In areas with potential exposure to chemicals or harsh substances, choose cable protection materials that are resistant to those substances. For temporary cable runs, such as at events or construction sites, consider using portable cable protectors that can be easily moved and reconfigured as needed. These protectors typically feature bright colors and non-slip surfaces to enhance safety and visibility. When running cables across walkways or pathways, try to minimize the length of the exposed cable to reduce the tripping hazard. Use cable ramps or other protective measures to create a smooth transition over the cable. Clearly mark any areas where cables are present with warning signs or cones to alert pedestrians and vehicles. Ensure that all personnel working with cables are properly trained in safe cable management practices, including how to install and maintain cable protection. When decommissioning or removing cables, properly dispose of the cable protection materials in accordance with local regulations. Do not leave discarded cable protection lying around, as this can create a hazard. In addition to the products and techniques already mentioned, consider using cable management software to track and manage your cables. This software can help you to identify potential hazards and ensure that cables are properly protected. Explore options for burying cables underground whenever possible, especially in areas with high traffic or potential for damage. Underground cables are less likely to be damaged or create a hazard. When burying cables, follow all applicable codes and regulations, and ensure that the cables are properly protected from moisture and physical damage. Consider using wireless technology as an alternative to running cables, especially in situations where cable installation is difficult or impractical. Wireless technology can eliminate the need for cables altogether, reducing the risk of tripping hazards and other accidents. Regularly review and update your cable management practices to ensure that they are effective and up to date with the latest safety standards. Stay informed about new products and technologies for cable protection and management. By implementing these measures, you can create a safer and more organized environment for everyone. Remember that cable protection is an ongoing process, and regular maintenance and inspections are essential for ensuring its effectiveness.